How important is today's game? I mean, I find it bizarre that you're even asking that question. If you look back, when I arrived at Ipswich Town 6 years ago, we were languishing in the bottom half of the Championship. It had been, 10, 15 years since this team had seen the Premier League. They were losing money. Gates were down. It was just a poor team, poor run of form. It was miserable years as an Ipswich Town fan. It took us 3 years to get out of the Championship, and it's taken us 3 years since we've been in the Premier League to get to the point where we're anything close to competitive. We've already finished 7th in the Premier League this season. We're playing in the Europa League next season regardless, and this is just the icing on the cake. I mean, we had the disappointment of the FA Cup semi-final last season, and we all know what happened there. But today we've come through against Arsenal. We're now playing against the best team in the country, probably the best team in Europe in Chelsea. They've got fantastic attacking players, but we've got fantastic attacking players too. We're moving into our new stadium, the Alf Ramsey Arena. The next game we play after this one is going to be in our new ground. It's the start of a new era for Ipswich Town. We're now an established top half Premier League club. We've got a bright future ahead of us. We've got one of the best groups of young players the Premier League has ever seen. Okay, maybe an exaggeration. But it's a good group of young players. We're moving into a real top quality stadium. We're going to be playing in Europe. The icing on the cake is that we take a trophy with us, and that's what today is all about. Hello and welcome to the Non-League to Legend FA Cup Final Special. I'm not even giving it a season name. I'm not even giving it an episode name. This is the FA Cup Final Special. I am so excited. It's taken us 11 seasons to get to the point where we're actually competing in our proper final, and we've finally got a chance to win a trophy. In fact, I've prepared a little montage for you to show the ups and downs that we've gone through over the last 11 seasons to get to the point where we now have a chance to win the FA Cup. So before we get into anything else, have a look at the montage.
Hello and welcome to Season 1, Episode 1 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kev, and as you can see, I've just been appointed as the manager of Boston United in the Conference North. Come on, this is our opportunity. Johnson's lost out on the ball there. Garner to Dixon, Summerfield. Johnson has scored, that's into the top corner. We're 1-0 up, 5 minutes to go. Lowest off to still only drawing. If things stay as they are, we win the league, I think, if my maths works. Let's watch the replay. This was a lovely goal from Joey Johnson. He's been so disappointing all season, but he has just come alive in these last 3 or 4 games when we needed him most. And that is a lovely goal. I really am just dancing around now. And yes, the achievements are popping. We've been promoted in our first season. That is a fantastic result. I think that's what the achievements were anyway. I'm getting excited again. There we are. We are champions. 4 points clear with a game to go. That is fantastic. We just need to do better than Lincoln. Lincoln are away to Southport. As long as we have a better result than Lincoln, we stay up. And we're going to give away a penalty there, aren't we? No, we're just going to... Terrible goalkeeping. £10,000 we spent on that man. And for the first time all season, we're in a relegation position. YouTube saves so far. Oh, and it's 2-0 down. That's it. We're done. Oh, for goodness sake. It's not even going to be tense. We're just going to get relegated. And I am completely devoid of ideas. I mean, if ever there was a time to sack a manager, it's right now. 4-0 before half time. I didn't expect it to be this bad. We've been relegated. Let's look at the have we been sacked? I've not been sacked yet. Oh my goodness, they're actually going to keep me on. So after 2 years at Boston, I have left Boston United. I'm the new manager of York City. Oh, we're not going to do it, are we? We've done everything we can today, but nothing is going our way. No one is cooperating with us. At least it feels like we're going down fighting for once, but unless something has happened right in the last minute of one of those other games, it's not been enough. We have missed out on the playoffs by 1 point. And then this happened. Right, let's have a look. How do we get to Exeter? Oh, for goodness sake, look how far away Exeter is. We scored 4 goals. I don't think we've scored 4 goals in any other game this season. Yes, Barnet only finished 18th, but it was nice for our last game of the season to be a significant, convincing win, which puts us into the playoffs. We've got Bristol Rovers in the semi-final, but it wasn't to be, and they've got another corner. They were dangerous from their last corner. We need to get the ball clear, but we've got no one to clear it to. This is tactical ineptitude on my part. What am I doing, fiddling? Oh no, they're going to score again, and they do, and it's 2-0, and I'm about throwing it all away. We can't go into the second leg. 3 goals down. Oh no, what have I done? But it's found its way back out to Gale wide again, who finds Pack to Donaldson. Donaldson threads it through to Novak, and we've got one back. Donaldson finds Gale. Gale now with the cross to McManus, and it's 3-2. We're still only 8 minutes into the second half. This is ridiculous. Right, let's fast forward on to the return leg from last game. We want lots of highlights and lots of goals today, which probably means we'll get neither. McManus with the cross finds Forrester, finds Gale, and Gale has made it 1-0. That's 3-3 on aggregate, and that is exactly the start we needed to this game. Can we close their player down? Tilney is beaten, and he's going to get a cross in here. This is looking dangerous, and they've scored. Doesn't seem like he wants to, but he finds Gale out wide. Gale hits it across to Tilney. Tilney with the cross. That was a lovely cross. It's come back out to Gale again, and we've got a penalty. I don't even know who our penalty taker is. It's been so long since we've had a penalty. Have I ever even had a penalty as Exeter manager? Jack Rolls. Why is Jack Rolls the penalty taker? He scored, but that's his first ever goal. He's still a teenager, I think. Keeps shouting some things about me about, you paid 100 grand for me. Oh, why aren't I on the pitch? And we've just conceded another goal and we're behind again. And then, and there it is. That's your lot. Season over. Shall I end the episode here? It's probably for the best that we're not going to come back playing this system, because you know full well I'd spend the first half of next season thinking that my new creation is the correct way to play football. And yeah, this is ending horrifically. What a horrible end to the season.
Staying with the tactic is what's got us this far. If they're good enough, they'll get a goal in the next half an hour. That's got to be the way we do things. Stacey just manages to intercept but can't burst through. That was a real shame. But Clark Harris now with a chance, and Stacey now, and Taylor, and we're 1-0 up. And that moves us up to Northampton have scored, but Notts County have had an equaliser against them by the looks of it. So we're up into third place anyway. Oh, and we're going to. Oh, this is horrible. Right. Oh, come on. We just need to get the ball clear. Oh, that is absolutely disgusting. That is the 91st minute of the match. And it's 1-1. And suddenly, it's all out of our hands again. Oh, that's just horrible. Come on, we need to go. An early goal would calm the nerves a little bit. Not an early goal for Carlisle. I don't know if Football Manager has misheard me there. Oh, that's it. Oh, it's all over. Let's at least have an equaliser so that it's a bit nail-biting going into the last half hour. Because if we're losing, there's no chance. Notts County have conceded a goal, so now we could potentially... Could we catch them? Trickett Smith pulls one back. We can't... Can we catch them? No, hang on. Yeah, I can't remember the difference on goals. Goal difference. That's what it's called. I'm losing my mind. So Trickett Smith pulls one back. Yes, of course he was onside. You numbskulls with your arms up in the air. Right, we need another goal. If we go into the lead, I can't remember who has the better goal difference out of us in Notts County. So I guess we'll see if it happens. So Taylor with the free kick. We've half scored. Marlon Pack with a very rare goal. And that does put us up to third place. So we're on a better goal difference than Notts County. Come on, let's just get the ball at the other end of the pitch. Lee Novak's got it, finds Bradu, who loses out, but it goes back to Novak. Just get a goal here, lads. Get it into the middle. He finds Bradu. It's 3-1. Fantastic. That is going to calm me down a little bit. He has finally scored a goal for us. Oh, we got promoted. That's fantastic. What happened at Notts County? How did they throw it all away? Where are they? Firstly, Exeter did finally offer me a new contract. It was on the 20th of May. So they really did take their time offering me a new deal, but they offered me a new 2-year contract.
on £1,500 a week, so a significant pay rise. Tie me down for another 2 years. I only had 6 weeks left on my contract, and what that meant is from the moment we secured promotion until that moment, I was applying for every job in the Championship and also in the Premier League that became available. So not my fault that some applications went in before they offered me a new deal. I signed a new deal anyway because I'm a nice guy, and if I do end up leaving, it means they're going to get much better compensation for me. But they may have missed the boat here a little bit on little old me. Because that happened, Ipswich, who I applied for pretty much as soon as we finished the last episode, they offered me an interview. Ipswich finished the season 18th in the Championship. They sacked Alex Neil, who'd been the manager for a couple of years, on the last day of the season. I think they gave him 2 or 3 years in the job there. He finished sort of mid-table, lower mid-table each time. I guess they were just looking for a little bit more from him, so he got sacked after the season ended. And this looks like a fantastic opportunity for me, so I absolutely jumped at the chance to go along to this interview. We then signed Thierry Ambrose from Man City, £1.1 million. I finally spent £1 million on a 23-year-old striker. This guy looks the business. He is quick, he's strong, he's a good finisher. He's not great in the air, but who cares, because he's so quick and just talented and can play as a complete forward or a false nine. Two positions I absolutely love in a lone striker. He's come in from Man City. He's spent the last couple of seasons out on loan at various clubs. I don't know if he's going to come straight into the side. So we've got some decent strikers here, and I also bring in a couple more. But this guy I would expect to be my first choice striker as the season goes on, once we can get him fit. We did sign this guy though, Keziah Sterling, another striker. Very quick, comes in from Tottenham for £750,000. Again, can play up front or on either wing or as an attacking midfielder. Lightning fast. And we've got some really, really good young strikers at the club now. This guy and Ambrose, it might even lead to either one or both of them playing out on the wing, with maybe Martin in the middle, or potentially changing the system to play them both up front together if they both hit the ground running. But they're both so quick, good finishers. And I think we've got some very exciting attacking players at the club now.
What a player he's been this season. The emergence of Keziah Sterling firing us into the Premier League. We were panicking about the prospect of losing Thierry Ambrose at the start of the season, but now he is the man. Goal 35 of the season for Keziah Sterling. If we keep him, I don't care what happens to Ambrose. Obviously, I'd quite like to keep Ambrose as well, because Ambrose and Sterling, that could be a Premier League strike partnership. That's what I said 3 years ago when we signed them. They could be a Premier League strike partnership one day. They've got the chance to try it next season. Why haven't we got picture-in-picture? I want the Bournemouth Tottenham game, tiny little version of it, just in the bottom corner of my screen, so I can actually watch their game. I'm not interested in my game at the moment. I want to watch their game. Right, that's it. Full time just ticked over in the Bournemouth Tottenham game. I think we've done it by losing 3 games in a row on live comms, but we are safe. We have another season. Exciting stuff has been happening at Ipswich over the summer. Why am I starting on the club facility screen, I hear you ask? This is why. In 2 years' time, we're going to be moving into the 43,000 capacity Alf Ramsey Arena. The board have gone out and splurged £100 million. Most notable of all, we've spent £75 million this summer. It is utterly ridiculous for a team that finished 17th in the Premier League. But they've let me do it, and even more ridiculously, they've let me do it and still put my season's expectations at avoiding relegation again. But let's have a look at Dane first of all. Likewise, Johnny Vaughan, yes, I know we've spent £20 million on him. Lacio, we're going to need a nickname for him. Let me know in the comments what we're going to call him. £3.9 million from Dortmund. This one was a bit of an accident. I was looking for a backup striker. It might have taken 10 years, but we're finally off to Wembley for the first time. As I just kind of get stressed out watching the game unfold. What's my heart rate doing at the moment? I'm not even watching the game because it's too painful. Heart rate, 73 beats per minute at the moment. That's all right. Oh, dang. Oh, no, he's going to get sent off after 13 minutes. There you go. That's the heart rate up to 78 already. That is just about the worst thing that could have happened. We're 4-1 down in the FA Cup semi-final. I can't bring myself to prolong it by pausing to cough. So, if that's offended your ears, I'm sorry. It's not offended your ears as much as this match has offended my eyes. There you go. See, I'll learn how to do proper video editing one day. But, you know, I started this save in November. It's now middle of February. It's been a long time coming. We could finally win a trophy. I know we're probably not. Chelsea are far too good for us, but we've had a good run in the FA Cup this season. If we just have a look back at our run in the FA Cup this season. So it all started off back in January, away against Carlisle in the third round. Why have we got the Carlisle team on there? So we went away to Carlisle. We mixed the team up a little bit, but we got goals from Vaughan, Fall and Kyle Walker-Peters for a fairly comfortable 3-0 win against Carlisle. We then were away to Swansea in the fourth round. This was the only one that I think we didn't have a live com episode for. But this was Oscar Sanchez coming in and making his mark on the side. Thomas scored as well, plus goals from Cool and Karaman to finish it off towards the end. And we were into the pot for the fifth round. Fifth round, we went away to QPR. Goals from Modu Fall and Mr. Ipswich Town himself, Thierry Ambrose. I actually borrowed this blue tie from Thierry Ambrose. It's the only colour of tie he owns because he bleeds Ipswich blue. And yeah, it was good to see him get a goal in the fifth round for us. Sixth round, I mean, this was a massive game for us. We were against Liverpool. We expected to get knocked out at this point, but we had a goal from our superstar striker, Modu Fall. He's going off to the World Cup after today, but today is all about Ipswich because he scored the goal to beat Liverpool, to get us back to Wembley for the semi-final for the second year in a row. And we all remember what happened there. Yeah, they got a player sent off, but we were already winning at that point. Goals from Larsio and Yusuf again, and we were through to Wembley again. So this is our third appearance at Wembley in 2 seasons. We're in the final. We're against Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea are ridiculous. They've just won everything this season. Is it records that we want to look at? How do we look at Chelsea's season so far? I'm sure there's a snazzy way to do it. I can't remember how. Competitions is probably the one that we want. So what season now? It's 2026. So they have won the Premier League this season. What else have they won in 2026? I think they also won the Capital One Cup, which, I mean, it's so insignificant. It's down the bottom here somewhere. Oh, no. Hold on, they didn't. It gave me a news report saying they'd won a treble. I don't see what else they've won. There you go. But they're good. And their strikers are really good. Because if we look at the Premier League, yeah, they're the men. Alanson and Carles. We need to keep these two players quiet today. So, Mikael Alanson... they signed him from Gothenburg for £3.5 million a few years ago. He's got 34 goals in 36 league games this season. He's going to be a handful, but also going to be a handful is Carles. We've seen him before. He's scored against us before a few times. Unbelievably, only has 1 cap for Spain, but he's been at Chelsea for 4 years now and has scored over 100 goals in that time, or nearly 100 goals. He'll have scored some in the cup as well. So we've just got to keep them two entertained. But we're obviously not known for our defending. So this is the team that we're going to be using today. So, as full strength as we can do without Chris, we've got Ben Garrett in goal. He's actually playing his final game for the club. Well, not necessarily, but it's his final game, his first choice, because we've signed Man United's reserve team goalkeeper. And England's number 2 goalkeeper, Matt Lee, comes in at the start of next season. You'll meet him next episode, but he's already agreed to join. So, Garrett knows his days are numbered. Hopefully, he's going to put in a performance in the hope that he doesn't lose the number 1 shirt. He's going to lose it anyway, but I'd like to think he goes into this with the right attitude rather than thinking, who cares, I'm already leaving. And then we've got Walker, Peters, Zabella, Dane and Lazaroff as our back 4. Cool, Fritzsche and Yusuf in midfield, and then Vaughan behind Larsio and Fall. The big in-form men going into this game. Larsio is in lightning form. Fall was playing incredibly well before his injury. And the back 4 have started playing quite well. Lazaroff, Zabella, Dane, Walker, Peters, they're all in good form. If we can sort this midfield out, we have a chance. Now, I obviously don't expect to win. I'm not even going to be that disappointed if we don't. That pre-match interview I had, I don't think the questions from the BBC recorded properly, but they were here. That pre-match interview, in all seriousness, it's been a massive journey for Ipswich, and it does feel a little bit like the end of an era. We're moving into a new ground. European football's on the way. It would be lovely to add a trophy to the collection to really say, there you go, job complete at Ipswich, time to move on. Or, there you go, we've won a trophy and we're in Europe, let's push on to the next level and get in the Champions League. Either of them are potential outcomes from this. And really, when it all comes down to it, whether we win or lose today, all that stuff is still true. It's been a fantastic journey at Ipswich, but goodness me, after 11 seasons, it'd be nice to win a trophy. Right, how are things going? We're not losing yet, that's positive. We've actually had 67% of the possession. That's ridiculous. Chelsea have already had a clear-cut chance, though. Come on, lads, just do it for me, because I may have applied for the Man United job in midweek, because that came available, and I couldn't not apply. I signed their goalkeeper 2 days before, so that was premature, maybe. But what do you know? We'll buy him back if I go there. They probably won't even give me an interview because no one else is. This has been a fairly uneventful first half, which I guess that plays into our hands. Chelsea are just strong favourites. So for us not to be losing yet has got to go in our favour. Lazarov with a chance he beats his man, gets the cross in, finds Lazio, and we're 1-0 up in the FA Cup final. Lazio is going nuts. He's getting ready to go and do that at the World Cup in the summer as well. What a last 2 or 3 months of the season Lazio has had. It's ever since he had his Kev haircut. Dispensed with the Lazio completely. Went for the traditional Kev. And he can't stop scoring since he's had his hair like mine. What a header that is as well. Superb goal. What on earth do I do now? We've got another hour of this game to go. I don't know what to do. Help me. No! Oh, it's off the crossbar. Oh dear. This is the same bottle of water I hit on my head yesterday as well. Lazio again. Probably shouldn't have had a shot from there. I'm getting unnecessary. I need to calm down. How's the heart rate doing? Oh, my watch has died. For goodness sake, my watch is out of battery. My heart rate could be doing anything. I have no way of knowing. Right. Right, we're into the second half. I know at some point we need to go to that counter-attacking system that we used in the semi-final against Arsenal. We've used it a couple of times in the league as well. Zabala with a good interception. And it's out to Walker-Peters. Just keep breathing. Cool, into Zabala. But he loses the ball. We can't let them break on us here because they're going to be so dangerous on the break. And Carlos is through, and Walker-Peters does really well with an interception. That was almost as important as a goal. But Allinson is through there, and I don't know what happened. I don't know how that must have been a tackle or a save or something. But we survive a little bit longer. They've had 2 clear-cut chances out of that. I assume was the second one. And they're in again. Oh, this is getting unpleasant now because Chelsea are attacking, and they're attacking a lot. Oh, right, only 40 minutes to go. This wasn't a scenario I was expecting. I thought if we were going to have a chance, it would be with a late goal. I didn't expect to be having to think about defending a lead. Oh, they're just all over us at the moment. And Allinson is through again, and he hits the crossbar. I don't like this at all. Zabala is struggling. His fitness these last month or 2 has been really poor. We need to make some changes. I don't know what changes to make. Fritscher is not having a good game at all, but I'm tempted to just do that with him. Oh, is it too soon to do that? It's got to be too soon. But I can't take him off because we don't have pace on the bench. So if we are going to go to the diamond, we have to keep Fritscher on because we need him for it. So we'll bring David Martin on for Johnny Vaughan. And I'm also going to bring Sanchez on for Modou Fall. Because Fall's just not having a good game. I've looked into this. He's got the same problem as Thierry Ambrose in that he doesn't enjoy big matches. This is the guy who's got 11 goals in 6 games for England, but apparently doesn't enjoy big matches. Right, that'll do for now. I also need to have at the back of my mind there could be extra time in this game because the chances of us shutting out Chelsea are practically non-existent. Lazio's through here. Why didn't he just run a little bit longer? He has the ability to just take that round the goalkeeper there. He was clear through. And we're into the last 10 minutes. We've got to go counter-attacking now. Oh, this is possibly the biggest decision I've had to make in 11 seasons. I'm doing it. Oh, I'm doing it. I can't believe I'm doing it. What am I thinking? It worked against Arsenal. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm going to push him on, but keep him on support. Because if Fritsch is dropping back, we want these two to provide width, because we've not got much width. Now we've got only the 2 men in the middle there. That's my thinking. I could bring Teixeira on maybe for cool, because he's on a yellow card, so we'll do that. Are they the right way round? there's no difference there, is there? We'll do that. Oh, this is such an important 10 minutes. Chelsea have had 3 clear-cut chances today. We've not had any. Sanchez, that was one though, surely. That was a fantastic save from Courtois. And we've got a corner. Oh, come on, lads. If we get another goal here, I can start to calm down a little bit. Right, here we go. Here's a chance. Get the ball into the box. Somebody head this into the goal now. We've got so many good players in the air. Right, did we win a corner there? We did. Right, this time, again, we're good in the air. Dane doesn't get there, though. And I think is that our ball? Okay, so that must have been a defensive header. Right, hold on. We've got a couple of minutes to go. We've got to just go contain. We need to waste time. We just need to get everybody behind the ball now. I don't want to carry on. I mean, this is terrifying at this point. We're 2 minutes away from winning the FA Cup. Oh, and Chelsea have got the highlight. This will be devastating if this goes in. I don't think I can watch. But Yusuf has intercepted. Lazio now just needs to run for a corner. Yes, we've won the FA Cup. That is utterly, utterly ridiculous. We have just won the FA Cup. We have a trophy. It's been 11 seasons coming. But we have a trophy. That I might have to wear this tie every episode, because that is... There you go. The achievement has popped as well. That is my first trophy in FM16, not just in this save. There we go. We've done it. I don't know what to do now. There you go. Let's have a media story. Not won the competition since 1978. It's a proud day for the fans. The board are happy with the FA Cup win. I don't want to request a new contract. I don't want to price myself out of going to Man United, because I kind of think... I know it's a cliche, but... taken them as far as I can now, haven't I? We're only Ipswich. We're never going to win the league. We're never going to be a Champions League club. I've filled the team with international sensations. We've got 7 players going to the World Cup. We've now won the FA Cup. We've got a world-class right-back. We've got wonder kids. It's time to move on, I think. So we'll see where I end up in tomorrow's episode. A couple of just to finish things off, we'll do a little review of the season the way we normally do. I don't know why that always defaults to go back to that, because I'm constantly resetting it to this. So let's have a look at how our players have got on this season. We'll sort by average rating, and first of all, Vladislav Lazarov. That is a ridiculously high rating. You may have raised your eyes when I spent £28 million on a right back, but worth every penny. He's got 13 assists. He actually set a new Ipswich record for assists in a season, an average rating of 7.49. He is our one and only world-class player, and what a player he is. He's still young as well. He's only 23 years old. He is a player. Modu Fall as well, another of the signings from this summer, another £28 million man. I panicked when we sold Aaron, but we brought in a player who's better than he is. 25 goals in 35 games, 9 assists, 7 man of the match, over 7.5 on his average rating. He made his England debut with us as well. 11 goals in 6 games. I'm happy with that as a signing. Yusuf Karaman, another very, very good signing from a few years ago. He's young. He came in the January transfer window. Across a season and a half now, he's averaging nearly 7.5. Lazio, I mean, that's largely on the second half of the season form. He started banging in some goals for us as well. 18 goals in 29 games, over 7.5 on his average rating. And then Johnny Vaughan. This is why he can be a little disappointed that he's not going to the World Cup, because he's had another very good season for us. If we have a look at this lad, he's 22 years old now. He has played 4 times for England, but he's now played 158 times for Ipswich. 29 goals, 25 assists, 7.2 average rating over those 158 games. He has been virtually ever present for the last 4 seasons, and he just gets better and better each year. I mean, that was a season in the Championship, but he gets better season on season, and he's just going to keep doing it. Carlos Sabala, he's emerged in the second half of this season as an excellent signing. He's got 8 games for Argentina now. He's started to go bald as well, so that's probably why he's getting better. He is a bit of a pain in the backside on transfer deadline day, but he has played every single game this season, an average 7.25 as a centre-back in a team that can't defend. That's no mean feat. And Nicolas Dane has done it as well, with his average rating of 7.3. He's obviously been with us for a long, long time. 5 seasons now. He had the 2 seasons on loan in the Championship, came in for an extraordinary amount of money, but in the same vein as Vaughan, just gets better and better and better every season, and has now played over 150 games for Ipswich, over 175 games in fact for us, and he's still very young as well. He's only 23 years old. This is what I mean about having a squad full of really good young players. Walker Peters, he's 29 now, came in from Man United for not very much money. I think we paid about £6 million for him, but he was only supposed to be coming in as a backup for the 2 full-backs, and he's just made the left-back spot himself, and he's a right-back, but he's keeping Will Leach out the side. And then Aaron Cool as well. Unsung hero, he's 30, he's been our captain for a lot of the season, came in as a bit of a panic buy from West Ham for next to nothing in the January transfer window in our first season in the Premier League. And it's like Haidara all over again when he came in the Championship as our left back and ended up being a star for seasons on end. Cool's doing the same thing because he was never supposed to be this kind of player. He was supposed to be, right, we're signing Teixeira, we also need someone else to come in as backup with a bit of Premier League experience. And he's gone on to become our captain and he's just lifted the FA Cup. And then everyone else is everyone else. If we look at who's been scoring the goals, obviously full top goal scorer Lacio weighed in with his fair share of goals as well. Thomas had a fantastic run of form earlier in the season when he got all his goals. Thierry Ambrose still scores when he plays, but I think it might be the end of the line for Thierry Ambrose. Was he even on the bench for the cup final? I can't believe I didn't include him if he wasn't. I am a monster because he deserved it, but no. He's got, to be fair, he's got a Champions League winners medal for Man City, so he doesn't need an FA Cup medal as well, even though he's Mr. Ipswich. Yeah, and that's that. Finance-wise, it's not great. We're still £15 million in debt, although the projection is now looking positive again. I guess that's because we've qualified for Europe, so there's going to be money coming in from that as well. And that's that. I don't know if that was the end of the road for Ipswich. It really depends on what happens with Man United, because if we look at the jobs that are available, and I don't like moving jobs mid-season, so really, if it's going to happen, it needs to happen now. So if we have a look at the job centre, the only ones of these that I'd seriously consider are Man United, and to be honest, that's it. So if I don't get the Man United job, then I'm at Ipswich for another year. We get to move into the new stadium. We get to enjoy Europe, and we get to try and push on for the Champions League with this great group of young players. So, I'm exhausted after all that. Can I take this tie off now? If you've enjoyed today's episode, make sure you pop a like on there. Surely we've got to get an FA Cup win up to 100 likes. That would be fantastic if we could. Subscribe to the channel to find out where I end up tomorrow. And thank you very much for watching.